Tin Hearts, what a beautifully brilliant game. How's it going, guys? Higgs here and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to chat about this absolute gem of a game called Tin Hearts. But first off, I'd like to thank Wide Productions. I recently joined their creator program and they were kind enough to hook me up with a code for Tin Hearts, and you know what? I'm so happy they did. If you're unfamiliar with Tin Hearts, it's a narrative puzzle adventure game developed by Rogue Sun and published by Wide Productions, and this was actually released back in May of this year. And the game has you playing as the master inventor Albert J. Butterworth, and you have to solve these puzzles in order to guide the tin soldiers through a remarkable toy-filled world, with some different contraptions and shapes you get to unlock along the way as well, which will help you out. So, with Christmas around the corner, they released an update, which is free by the way, centered around the film Die Hard, and this aligns perfectly with the game's theme. You start off in the prologue learning about the game, and what happens is just great. You get introduced to the tin soldiers and the core mechanics of the game, but when you get a soldier to the box, it opens and you unlock these toys which actually double up as abilities. How great is that? You can pick stuff up which the game calls possess, then you have a clock which helps you speed things up. And this is actually quite a handy little tool to have because the soldiers do move really slow. When you click on the clock, it just speeds the whole process up a little bit once you've got the puzzle figured out. Then there is this grabber tool which allows you to pick stuff up which is a bit further away. And finally, you unlock some OG roller skates, which means you can now walk about. I think this is a really fantastic way to start the game as a player because it gives you that immersion straight away. But honestly, the game gets so much more fun than this, especially with the Die Hard update. So I'd just like to add that I've actually not completed the game just yet, but I'm a fair way through, and to be honest, the game still feels really fresh to me. I did have more footage, but OBS unfortunately took a dump, and that footage just wasn't viable. But the footage I have showcases more than enough, and if I'm being honest, I don't want to show you guys too much, because that will just take away the fun. As you go through the puzzles, the narrative side of Tin Hearts really comes to life, with Albert getting frustrated as he tries to get toys to function, and with his daughter being playful. And in the scenes where Albert's trying to make his little inventions work, they are actually part of the puzzles themselves, and I think that's a really nice touch. I mean, look at this room here. As you find your way through the puzzle and land on certain musical instruments, they prompt these little cutscenes, and it just adds to the flow and breaks things up really nicely, whilst also adding to the tons of fun I was having. I mean, just look at these cute little tin men jumping and climbing, with the best part being this little toy where they grab a balloon and fly across to complete the puzzle. And when this happened, I was just smiling from ear to ear, and I was like, can this game get any better? Yes, it does, especially in the next room, and the next room was my absolute favourite, and you're all going to see why. It absolutely made the game for me. What you do is you line your little dude up to hit the cannon, which in turn fires at the balloon and drops it to allow the soldiers onto the bed. This cutscene then plays out, and when the girl was playing around with the toys and actually took the wind-up component off the back of the little soldier, I was like, oh, okay, now we're going to get our soldiers ruined. So as the cutscene finishes, there's actually a path already laid out where it directs the little Santa in front of this little building. And as he's walking across, the lady comes out and pulls him in, and I was like, oh, he's going to get his wind-up key pulled out, he's going to get broken. But no, we're going to go one better than that. She turns him into Tim McClane, who is so fucking cool. And best of all, you can control him. So you can live out your die-hard fantasies in this game. So you can kick some chicken ass, run, jump, fly, and set off cannons to help you get his crew to safety. Honestly, I'm in love with this update, and it's free. The only bad thing is, it ends on January the 10th. Not only is this really cool action-packed Die Hard figure adorable, Tim McClane is a badass and adds more fun to what is already a really solid experience so far. The last part I want to talk about is the garden, and this really impressed me. One, it looks so nice and colourful, but the items or pieces you interact with to complete the puzzles are even better, and this was a long one to complete as well, which isn't a bad thing. It's also a bit sad as you get to see Albert struggling a little, but that's what this game does so well. It makes you feel happy, sad, and gives you a crap ton of fun all at the same time. This is by far my favourite area, figuring out where to aim the fans so you can navigate the puzzle, and as you can see there is a rewind, pause and fast forward function, which I must say is a really nice touch from Rogue Sun, as it allows a lot of freedom if you mess up, and honestly, it just gives you that little bit of breathing space. It's a really cool mechanic that I used way more often than not. And good old Tim McLean makes an appearance again, and controlling him whilst flying on a balloon is actually epic. And him finishing off the puzzle as well was great. I did get a little bit further than this area here, but like I said at the beginning of the video, OBS took a little bit of a dump. So unfortunately, I don't have any more footage, but that's not a bad thing because this game is so good, it'll be best off if you experience the whole thing for yourself. Honestly, with life being busy and trying to create content, I don't actually get much chance playing games beyond Destiny 2, as it's my main game I focus on, especially with my YouTube channel. But with Tin Hearts, that's changed my mind. I need to experience more titles like this, especially indie ones, as you can feel the love that goes into them. This game is perfect to chill to, especially after a busy, stressful day. I did find that I could just kick back, put my headphones in, I can listen to my own music, or you can listen to the nice violin tune going on in the game. Do what you want, but it's just a really nice narrative puzzle game. And I'm really grateful to Wide Productions that they gave me a code, and Rogue Sun, who developed such a fun game. And I'm definitely going to keep playing this, especially if more of these really cool fun updates come out. And if you are interested and you don't have it, the game is actually on Games Pass, but failing that, it's got a 45% off on Steam right now. It was 27 quid, now down to 15. In my opinion, that's a bargain. And I'll leave the link to that down in the description below. So if you do fancy getting the game, especially on Steam, click on that link and it will take you straight there. I don't make any money from it. This is just my recommendation. But anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, as always, please leave a like because it helps the channel out massively. And if you haven't already, maybe subscribe. But until next time, take care and I'll see you on the next video.